Hey friends, it's me, your pal Kelly Zemnikas, and welcome to episode number 51 of It'll Be Fine. I think. Yeah, we'll be. We're still socially distant, still doing the baking and the food chatting. And on today's show, you know, I'm dressed in some nice yellowy color, and I've got the lemons that 2020 has given me. And we're making today some fudgy lemon brownies. Just hold on that either. Fudgy lemon brownies. Ta-da! That's what we're doing. I'm super excited to make this. Seems like the perfect treat to make on a very hot summer's day. It's like 95 degrees here in Toronto right now.
It's hot.
It's super hot. And I am baking today with the bolt of sunshine, the awesomeness that is Anastasia Pavlinskaya. Oh, I hope I said that right. Oh my gosh, it'll be fine. I feel like Anastasia's name needs to be said by like that announcer from Dancing with the Stars. You know, that guy who's like, next on the floor, doing the Viennese waltz with her partner. Here's Anastasia Pavlinskaya. It's not bad, eh? Yay. Tens all around. Oh my gosh, this woman is super funny and a kick-ass producer. She's doing a ton of cool stuff with Villain Theater, which is based out of Miami, Florida. So check them out online. They do shows pretty much every night of the week, and they're also doing classes. So heck, watch a show or get involved. Like, that's the coolest thing to do from your house. I think that's awesome. So I'm so excited. We are baking together today via the interwebs, and we're using a recipe today from an Instagram account that I've spotted online, the Domestic Rebel. So there you go, fudgy lemon brownies. And on today's show, we are offering some love, offering some attention to the Gord, Downie, and Chanie Wenjack Fund. Go into the show description, check out their website, see what they're doing. If you can support them financially, I thank you in advance. Guys, it's gonna be fine. Like, as long as the winter comes soon. It's hot.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay, so here's what you're going to need for our fudgy lemon brownies. Again, the recipe is from the domesticrebel.com. We'll put that into the show description. We're making lemon brownies. We need some lemons. I believe it calls for 2 or 3, but it'll be fine. You know what you can do in a pinch if you've just got like 1? You can use lemon extract. I mean, you'll be missing the good stuff that's in the rind, but if you've got lemon extract, that's fine. You need 2/3 of a cup of unsalted butter. That's about half a stick, just less, I think. I'm gonna check that out. Hey, we're using kosher salt today. Woohoo! Just half a teaspoon, but I think that's the most I've used of that box in a while, so that's exciting. You are going to need a couple of eggs. We got those. You will need 2 kinds of sugar, granulated, and what I'm lovingly referring to as the Puff Daddy of sugars, this guy, icing sugar, also known as powdered sugar, or caster sugar, or confectioner sugar. Pick a name. Jesus. Anyway, and you need some all-purpose flour. Or, if you want to use a gluten-free flour, I mean, by all means, go ahead and do that. You might want to add some xanthan gum to that, though, because the properties in all-purpose or glutinous flour are going to be missing that with a gluten-free flour. So I just offer that if you want to go gluten-free for this one. You will need some aluminum paper and a tray, and that's all. It's easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
That's the best.
Wait, are you recording yet? This is good. This is
Oh,
good.
I am, yeah.
This is the reason why I am the way I am.
So amazing. Yeah,
That is
my family members all have their Costco memberships, and it's like an amusement park.
no, my parents back in February they went to Cabo and they I don't know what happened, but they bought a timeshare. Long story short.
Okay.
They bought a timeshare and my mom's like, oh, like it's okay, you know, here they have Costco in Mexico. So she was like, so we were sold. I'm like, oh my God.
That's awesome. That's a good reason to get a place. So what you will do when you put your foil in is you'll just give it like either a bit of like cooking oil or butter, but you just want to grease it a little bit.
All right.
I'm going to use coconut oil for mine.
Ooh.
Yeah. I love coconut oil. I put coconut oil in pancakes when I'm making pancakes.
Ooh, you know, I was a big coconut oil person for a while. Yeah. And then I kind of like stopped using it and forgot about it. Really?
I had a friend when I was doing the baking show when people could be in the apartment with me. I had a friend over doing a segment, and he was really quite amazed at how many products I have with coconut oil. That's a lot. I didn't realize that. Like shampoos and soaps and.
Yeah, I feel like I used to use coconut oil for everything.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened. I gave up.
That's okay. How was the show on? Are you noticing as you do the shows more people from around the globe coming in? Because I know when I did it, I think I was the first person out of the country that you guys had.
Yeah, no, we definitely have had more people who are from all over the place. It's really cool to have that. But I think the thing that makes it hard for our show is that we do the sign-ups day of.
Yeah.
So people, you know, it's two times that they have to get coordinated. But I try to help out those people too. If it's like a really crazy, unreasonable time for them to sign up, I tell them, I'm like, oh, let me know ahead of time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I did an open mic in Tokyo, and because of the time zones, I did that set at 7 a.m.
Oh my goodness!
Wow, it was fun.
No, during Comma Day, I did the first set, which was the pandemic. Yeah, and then I fell asleep. So when I woke up, I was listening to Sonus's mic in Tokyo, and I like just because they said that you needed to change your name to audience if you weren't performing. So my name was just on my name the entire time. And everyone knew I was just on there, unresponsive. There's all these.
Once this is all greased up, just set this aside. We don't need this for a few minutes.
All right, it's greasy and good to go.
Nice, all greased. What you need now is a bowl to put in our ingredients for the batter. So got that. Nice. So sugar. We are using the granulated sugar for this part. The icing sugar, powdered sugar. It's got so many names. The other sugar. It's don't know why. But yeah, just granulated for this one. So you need 1 cup.
1 cup.
1 cup
all
of
that.
Yeah, all that.
Do this over the sink, so those Florida ants don't get a bunch of food for the table.
Yeah, and some softened butter. So it's so hot in my apartment, I can just squeeze this. It's really gross.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I've got to have the AC unit on while we do this because I will melt. Toronto gets really hot.
1 cup of sugar. Yes, for the so I got it. So we mix it in.
Yeah, so mix that in with the butter. Do you have like a KitchenAid blendery thing, or are you just gonna use some elbow grease?
I'm gonna use some elbow grease. I think I actually might though. You know what it is? When you're at your parents' house, you can have everything. So that's
So how long have you been doing stand-up for?
doing stand-up. So truly, like continuously, I've been doing stand-up for 2.5 years.
Okay, cool.
But it's funny because I had done stand-up once in like an isolated occasion, and it had actually gone really well. And that was, I think, in 2017, so that would have been 3 years ago.
Okay.
But then I didn't do it again. So I don't really count that because
So was
it's
it,
not
was
like
it
1 year later, I'm like, oh, I've been doing stand-up for 1 year. I was like, I did stand-up a year ago.
was it a
But could
dare? Or was it a dare or something? Like what got you to
No, I really just wanted to do it. I was like on my John Mulaney kick and really wanted to do stand-up.
I love John Mulaney. But the city of Toronto has a bit of a beef with him because I think he has booked and canceled day of his one-man show here, I feel like 4 times in the past 6 months, and then COVID came, so he couldn't do the show.
I feel like I remember seeing that on social media. Like, it's pretty. It's a
Mine too. Nice.
okay.
So what we will do now is add our 2 eggs, and it's saying do not overmix. This will make your brownies tough. So, mix with
Brownie.
caution.
All right.
So now what we are going to do is stir in our lemon juice. We need 2 lemons, our zest, our salt, and our flour. So that's what we're putting in now.
Alrighty, I need to juice my lemon, but that's okay because I have a handy dandy little juicing thingy.
2 lemons, 4 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 1/4 cup of flour.
Nice.
And
then in my case, we'll have 2 quarters of xanthan gum.
Yes, because you're doing a gluten-free version.
Yes.
Which is awesome. And what kind of flour are you using?
I'm going to be using super fine almond flour.
Nice.
From Bob's Red Mill.
I love Bob's Red Mill. They do really good stuff.
And I almost accidentally just stabbed myself, but let me not do that. I just had the knife was like on the table and it was like pointed outwards like this, and I got like a slight poke. And I'm like, oh no. Don't need to stab myself for the baking show. We don't need the views like that. Like it's just the clip is just 911 coming in for the cover photo.
You've got So with xanthan gum, you don't need to use a lot. You're basically just adding that to give it that glutinous texture, that all-purpose flour.
Yes. And this is also Bob's Mill. So
nice. Nice. Now, how long have you been doing the gluten-free thing?
I've only been doing gluten-free for about like 2.5 weeks. I think this is, at the end of this week will be my 3rd week. And the reason why I did it was because I was having, especially like on my arm right here, I was having a really bad rash.
Oh.
And right now there's nothing there. There's maybe like, something that was there before, but nothing would take care of it. And I had the same thing happen to me before when I ate this one donut with my boyfriend, and we like remembered that situation because it was just so weird. Like I had this rash. And I had been really into eating sandwiches over this quarantine, which is shown by my gut. So I was like, might as well. I looked up online and I saw that people, had similar rashes to what I had, and like eczema and stuff like that. So I decided, might as well just try this out to see if that's the factor, if that's the variable. And sure enough, I don't have any rashes anymore. And I've talked to other people who say that they have had similar situations. So it could be the gluten.
Yeah, it's when you eliminate stuff from your diet, when you're having issues, some really incredible things can happen to the body. Like a friend of mine is bipolar and has found that going gluten-free has helped his mood swings greatly.
Wow.
So
wow, that's interesting.
So that's just worked for him. But yeah, it's kind of wild what food can do to us, and
it's crazy. When I was vegan for a while.
Oh wow. Okay.
In college for like a year and a half or so.
Yeah.
And I had a similar rash. And at the time, I thought it was maybe from like soy or something. But I went to a dermatologist and I asked him, and this is like a guy who had great reviews. I'm like, okay, well, you're calling it eczema. They call everything eczema. Everything is eczema or dermatitis when you go to a dermatologist.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, so what I've been vegan lately. Do you think it could be impacted, like my skin is having a reaction? He goes, I don't know. I'm not a nutritionist. So So the zest is only for the topping. It's not for the actual, or do we put the zest in the brownies?
I believe we do, because we'll need another lemon for the topping. So you need 3 lemons in total for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
If you have lemon extract, that can work too, or just like use 1 lemon.
My lemons were actually very juicy. I was able to get 4 tablespoons and then some.
Nice. Oh, sweet. Okay, so
yeah, I juiced it into a little bowl.
Nice. All right, so you're adding the zest and the lemon juice to. It smells so fresh and lovely.
I know. I put on a yellow jacket. I had the yellow flowers. I need to like show this whole setup, but it's all yellow vibes.
So are you guys doing any shows at Villain Theater right now, or is the club still closed?
No, it's still closed. Miami right now is kind of like a ground zero for this whole thing going on. I actually got my test today and I am negative. I am COVID negative. I'm very happy to announce this to the internet. Hopefully by the time this episode comes out, that information is still true.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, did you go because you had been around someone, or you were just curious to know if you were okay?
So a bunch of people at my job got it. And I haven't been to the office in a while, but a lot of people from my job got it. And I work at a news station. So it's been something that's been highlighted on air. So even my neighbors were asking, they're like, I see a bunch of people at your news station are sick. Are you okay? Oh. And I have not gone to the news station in a while. So I was not concerned, but my dad's a pilot. And all these airlines are packing their planes and it's, the airport isn't that safe. So I was nervous, but they end up having testing at my job. And I think it's 97 employees and their family members came in. I don't know. I don't know how everyone else did, but thankfully I am in the clear.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I've been curious to get a test just to know if I'm okay. Like they're making it much easier right now for us to get the test. We don't have to have any like existing, concerns. We can just go in to find out. I don't know.
Yeah, it's changed a lot since the beginning. Because when the whole thing started, I was actually working at the station, not working from home, and we had a temporary special that was like about just COVID-19 and questions from experts and stuff like that. And I feel like it's like everything that I feel like I knew about this virus, I feel like I know nothing because the information changes so frequently.
It does. All right, so once your lemon is in, we're going to add the salt and the flour and just mix that up like so. So this is how your dough should look nice and like marshmallowy.
All right, we're not there yet, but once
sweat. No sweat.
Oh, it's really good though.
Do you get along with your parents?
Yeah, we're good. It's good. I mean, definitely because, when I was a kid, I felt like they were very strict, but it's now we're able to see.
Where in Russia are you from?
We're from Kazan, which is on the European side.
Okay.
And it's a very fun place. They actually had part of the World Cup there back in whenever the World Cup was, 2018, and I got to go to the World Cup, which was cool.
Cool. Yeah, I was just in Latvia for the first time last year.
Oh wow! So were you born in Latvia, or is your parents are from there?
My dad is from Libanos, and he spent a lot of time in Riga growing up during the war, and in various parts of Poland and wherever they had to run to. And my mom is from Blackpool in England. So my parents met in Montreal, but they both came to Canada at about the same time, I think like 1945 or so. Yeah.
A true Canadian love story.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom was working for Reader's Digest, the Canadian branch. Yeah, and ended up getting a job at the ad agency that my father was running. So that's how my parents met.
Business and pleasure. It's funny. I love your joke so much about your parents and their engagement, because it's. I think about that one. It's like with certain comedians, there's certain jokes that like really stick with you, and that's one that. That's for sure. I think it's very funny.
Oh my gosh, my parents had a very interesting proposal. Like the fact that they weren't even in the same room, is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
My dad was in the bathroom. So.
That's how it is. Some of the best love stories are made in the bathroom.
How did your parents meet?
They actually went to, they lived near each other, and then they knew who each other were. And I think my dad had tried calling my mom. They could probably confirm this. I think my dad had tried calling my mom, and he had the wrong name, so they couldn't get in contact. Then years later, they saw each other on a bus. My mom missed her bus, and then my dad was on the next one, and then they, lots of stuff happened later, and then I was born.
All right, so the brownies are just about done. So let's give them a check, see if they are ready. Now we baked this for 25 minutes, so let's give it a look, see if it's good to go. Well, it looks divine. Ooh, smells so good and so fresh. Just gonna give it a little poke, which you can do with a knife. You wanna have a little clean cut, so let's just see how this looks here. Put this over here, let's see. And we're golden, nothing on it. So yeah, want to do that in a couple spots just to make sure you've got a clean bake, which we do, which is amazing. So what is going to happen now is we're going to let this cool completely, and then we are going to do the icing on top. And all you need for this is a lemon, the juice and the zest, a cup of powdered icing, castor, what's the other one? Anyways, the sugar. And that's all you need. If you're just using lemon extract, don't sweat it, it'll be fine, but best to have a fresh lemon. But this has to cool. Oh, it smells so good. So good, so good, so good.
It went well. I'm super excited. They smell really yummy.
Amazing. Did you bake for the full 25, or did you go a bit longer?
I was there for 23.
Okay.
Or so, 20 minutes. Yeah.
Nice.
Just because they were a little bit soft because I think of the almond flour and all that, but they're looking good now.
Amazing. Well, I'll give you a peek at what mine looks like. I'm super excited.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, mine are a little bit darker. Here, let me get a napkin here. Ah.
That's okay.
I'll go over yourself a little bit. Here, it's the computer.
Oh, awesome. Looks great. Perfect.
Yeah.
So all we need for this part is that other sugar that goes by 97 names.
Yeah.
The lemon. We need 2 to 3 tablespoons of lemon juice for this one. So.
Yes, I have lots of lemon, lots of zest. I've been zesting like crazy. I've been over here with my little potato peeler.
I love it.
And my
Nice,
little lemon petri dish.
That is awesome. So good. Are your parents big home cooks? Do they like?
Oh, my mom cooks all the time. She makes like really good cakes, but then we tell her to not do what I'm doing right now all the time because we're like, we're all trying to lose weight. But now I'm baking, glazed fudgy lemon brownies. So I'm using stevia confectionery.
Oh, nice.
Sugar.
Excellent.
So, and it was very clumpy at first. So I added a little bit more lemon juice and now it's looking really, really icy.
Yeah, can't pour over too much. It'll go on the laptop. But yeah, this smells so fresh and summery.
Oh my God. I just had a little taste of the icing. Oh my God.
So good.
Oh my God. This is going to be very yummy.
So what we're going to do with this now is just pour it over the brownie, give it a minute or so, let it settle in.
Are you going to spread it out at all?
I am. I do have a little pastry brush that I'm just going to spread it with, or you can use a knife or a spoon or whatever.
I have a brush, so you know what? I'm going to use the brush.
Nice.
All right.
Show the camera. I've got a nice bake going on in the inside here.
All right, mine, I just broke mine, so.
Oh, that's okay. Take a taste.
Tastes delicious, though. Tastes delicious. It might need some more time to That icing is so good.
The lemon topping with the zest just gives this nice little kick as you're eating it. Oh my gosh.
All right, mine is not as pretty.
What?
But it's still delicious.
That's all you need. It reminds
me. It's a little bit crummy.
I have to say for mine, it's almost like a pound cake. It happens.
It's delicious though.
So you'll know for next time to maybe play with like the flour and dampen levels, maybe give you a better consistency.
Yes, but mine is very cakey, very rich, very moist.
Yeah, and just tart enough, like not. Oh, this is so good.
And then the icing is refreshing.
Yeah, actually, as I take a few more bites, it kind of gives me a cheesecake vibe.
Yeah. It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Damn.
Very.
This is good. Wow.
You know what I realized? I forgot to put salt in.
Oh no.
But I don't think it's still really good.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Every aspect of Canada is a different version of the country. I don't think we get along as well as people think we do. There's a lot of judgment towards the different sides of the country.
Well, it's funny because I the stereotype of people from Canada, from what you hear from like an early age, is like everyone's very polite. They all say sorry and like all that sort of thing. But then I watched Degrassi and I'm like, wow, Canadians get lit.
Fun Degrassi fact, where I went to college is where they shot Degrassi High. Yeah. Centennial College.
I'm right now.